Tsertsivadze, welcome to our podcast.
Thank you so much.
You say yes because
you managed to say my family name.
Yes, absolutely.
Better than my wife.
That's very funny. So you are Senior Manager, U.S. Tax Returns, U.S. Tax Services?
U.S. tax compliance services.
Okay.
Yeah, anything related to U.S. tax.
To U.S. taxes. Can you tell me in about under a minute what it is that you do precisely?
I help clients with their preparation of U.S. corporate tax returns.
Okay.
Whether it's Canadian corporations doing business in the U.S. or their U.S. subsidiaries that are doing business in the U.S. as well. So we are mainly doing just preparation of U.S. tax returns and anything that might be related to it, like federal and state taxation. If there are any specific issues, we can always, help them with that as well. But we always refer them to a specialist if we can't help internally.
Right. So who are your clients? Are they mostly Canadian?
They're mostly Canadian corporations
Okay.
that have subsidiaries in the U.S.
Right.
And they range from mom and pop shop to corporations listed on the TSX.
Okay, very well. So from there are 50 states in the United States?
50 states, and you have to include D.C.
Right.
As another jurisdiction. So 50.
Okay, so it seems to me,
Yes.
who doesn't know anything about it, that the tax system would be very complex. So do you have to, how does that work? Do you have to know what's happening? What are the tax policies in every state?
Well, technically, yes, but they mostly follow the federal policy and then they diverge from it for certain issues.
Okay.
But as long as you know what's going on at the federal level, you can always research the state implications afterwards.
Right.
And we always have tools, of course, to research by state what's going on. But most of the states, there's laws and regulations. They're pretty stable.
They're pretty stable. Okay.
From year to year.
And how does one become a U.S. tax expert?
In my case, I didn't choose it. It kind of chose me.
What do you mean?
When I graduated from John Molson,
Yeah.
JMSB, I started applying in different accounting firms.
Okay.
And there was an accounting firm that hired me just to be a technician, not even to work as an accountant, but just like to do data entry in their U.S. tax department.
So you started there.
I started there. I didn't think I'll stay there.
Yeah.
But kind of liked it because of, it was kind of new. Nobody did that. It's U.S. taxation in Canada. Mm-hmm. I got to wear a suit. So
was that important for you?
I don't know if it was important. Well, I used to work in the produce department in a grocery store. So for me, it was important.
You wanted to wear a suit and tie.
Yeah, I wanted to wear a suit. Yeah, and tie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about like a concrete repercussion that you've had on a client? Can you give me an example of you working with them?
Right. I would say one of my clients, when they were going through an audit, IRS audit, and there were millions of dollars at issue because of their credits that they were claiming. So we just, he felt reassured that he wasn't alone in that process, that we were helping him in any way possible. And that's where we reassured him, because we had specialists from the US help him as well. So there wasn't maybe
like a direct impact?
But I know that he didn't feel alone.
Right.
Yeah, in the process.
And
because it's very stressful sometimes.
For them.
Yeah.
For sure, an audit. Michael, do you ever work with other experts at RCGT?
Yes, I do work with people from, let's say, sales and use tax departments. So when I see that clients have any issues with sales and use tax, I can't help them directly because that's not my specialty, but I can always refer them to our department in sales and use tax. I also collaborate with people or colleagues from our U.S. firm, Grant Thornton U.S. If I see that clients have issues with property taxes, so then we refer them to our specialists, because every state, every municipality, every county has its own rules and regulations about owning a property. So we need to refer them to a specialist that knows what's going on in each state.
Great. Have you always had the same job here at RCGT?
No. No, I didn't.
What did you do here? Did you like climb the ladder?
Here, I started. I was hired as a manager, and gradually I moved up to become a senior manager. Yes.
What do you like about your job?
What I like about my job.
What keeps you motivated? Coming back for more?
I just appreciate the fact that I have a job, if I can say that.
You're grateful.
Yes, exactly. Because I know my parents struggled a lot, so I just don't take this job for granted, to be honest. Because I know the struggle.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So now I think would be a good time to reach out to one of your clients who's actually in the US.
Exactly.
All right, so let's get a laptop in here. All right, so Michael, we are introducing your client to the podcast.
Hi, Frank.
Frank Ortega, hello, whom we are joining in Connecticut. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, and Frank is VP Finance Operations of Bayard Inc. Can you just tell us what is Bayard Inc? What does it do?
That's a great question. So Bayard Inc. is a religious order that is based in Paris, and we are part of that order here in North America. The U.S. is specifically for religious publications and so forth, but throughout the world, Bayard is more than religious; it's educational as well. So we have many technicals throughout the world, and it's based out of Paris.
Okay, so it's a publishing company.
It's a publishing company, yes, focusing on religion and education.
Religion and education. Perfect. Got it. Frank, can you tell me what was, and we're going to get to Michael in a minute, but tell me what was the main issue at Bayard Inc. that made you seek expert advice or counsel?
Well, that's an easy question. We previously had a client, or a auditing firm that was okay, but one of the things that we wanted to do is merge with RCGT Canada, because we also have a sister division. And when we did merge, it was immediate bonding and so forth. And we've been with RCGT for 7 years now, and it's been well. But it's just because we had our sister company in Canada that decided to merge both both entities to one.
Okay, and that's how you became, and
Yes.
that's how you came to work with Michael.
Absolutely, and more so is that because we're a smaller division of Bayard Inc., we also don't have the technical aptitude of tax and auditing and so forth. So again, that's why we're having this conversation now.
No kidding.
Yes.
How would you describe, in one word if you can, your business relationship with Michael?
Excellent.
That was quick.
Without hesitation.
Can you expand on that a little more? Excellent.
Well, you
how?
said one.
Yes, you're right. I did say one, but now I'm going to need a few more words from you.
It all started again, just how we would structure the beginning of the relationship, because again, it's all about relationships. If you start from that aspect, you can build. And so, in addition to knowing what our deliverables and so forth, but we Michael and his team, Benoit, both of them work together. They we started just friendly, almost non-accountant types that started talking about ourselves. And that's how we kind of just made a bond, professionally and personally and so forth. But again, the excellent part comes in here is that anytime I ask him for, any request, it's almost instantaneously. And they've, given me some ideas on how to improve my deliverables to them, because again, they're the facet of the important facet of Michael and Benoit is that it's time sensitive. So because it's time sensitive, there's certain aspects that you have to be spot on and reduce the rework and so forth. So again, the excellent comes in is that we know our deadlines, we respect them, and they're very on point when it comes to questions and so forth. And we try to turn around, because again, when you have the reporting agencies such as to the IRS and so forth, you definitely have to be spot on.
No kidding. What about you, Michael? If you could describe this working relationship in one word.
Well, since I can't use excellent,
Exactly.
I would use just friendship.
Friendship.
Yes, because I do feel I don't feel like Frank is my client, to be honest. I I feel very comfortable with Frank when I talk to him. It's very friendly relationship between me and him. Yes.
Frank, what advice would you give, if any, to I don't know, other companies that are maybe in your field and that are facing the same challenges as you are in regards to, you know, expert counsel?
Absolutely. I think that the most important thing with our profession is that you have to be transparent and honest from the get-go. And sometimes, especially being a new, you know, when I came in, I was a controller of the company, and again, we had some problems or anything, but if you present those to somebody that, you know, from the get-go, you're not going to get these surprises at the end and so forth. And then again, it's going to be rework, and rework means more, you know, more cost.
Right. Peace of mind. You're buying peace of mind. Exactly.
And you can work on other stuff as well. While we take care of, let's say, the US tax part, you can work on the finance and operations part that you specialize in.
That's absolutely correct.
So say hello to your parents for us, Mr. Clooney.
Yes. All right.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Frank.